Say hi, I'm
Hi.
John.
Hi, I'm
and,
Luke.
And this is Luke. And we two are the John and Luke Club. We decided that for a name. And it's really a little electronics project we're going to work on, and we're calling it the John and Luke Club. Okay? Well, the project we're trying to do here is to build a temperature monitor for my swimming pool. I'm too lazy to go outside and read the thermometer. Instead, I want it to measure the temperature of the pool and transmit it to my telephone. Doesn't that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to try to do with electronics. And I don't know what I'm doing, and Luke doesn't know what he's doing, but we're going to learn it together. And I already bought some parts. Hard to explain what these are, but essentially, this little board is a computer. And it's got a Wi-Fi transmitter in it. And then I bought another board. Oh, by the way, this little board here only costs like $4.50. And I added another board on top here that costs another $1.50, but really it's called a prototype board, so that I could add some parts for our measurement device called what's it called? A thermistor.
Thermistor.
A thermistor is a variable resistor that changes value of a resistor when its temperature changes. And FedEx lost it. I don't have them yet, but it's going to attach to these wires right here that I put on the back of this prototype board. Okay?
Okay.
So, the first step, I needed a couple of resistors. I had to make a circuit. Let me show them the circuit. Ooh, can you read that? Yeah, I can read it.
So can I.
So this is the thermistor, and this is the resistor that we need, and it's a 150 k ohm resistor, and they attach to different points on the circuit card that I have here. So I asked Luke if he would help me find the resistors, or a resistor for 150 k, and we couldn't. So what we realized using Ohm's law was that if we took two 75 k ohm resistors and put them in series,
We get 150.
we get 150, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would a 75 k ohm resistor look like? That was the question. And I think we got them. I already put them on the board. I was so sure of it. See these two little blue resistors right here? And I think they're 75 k, but I wanted Luke to check for me. So Luke, let me show the color band thing here first. In order to read a resistor, you have to know this color code. And what we decided was we were using this kind of a resistor. It has 5 different bands on it, and they're all different colors. So if Luke will tell me what the first band is, I can figure out what the value is going to be.
The first band is purple.
Okay, purple. Where did I write this down? I thought I wrote this down somewhere. Purple. I must have written it someplace else. Purple. And if we look that up on our chart here, purple is 7. Okay, what's the next color?
The next color is green.
Green means it's a 5. And the next color?
Is black.
Black means 0. And the next color?
Red.
Red means we multiply that times 100. So we got 750 times 100.
And then brown.
Brown is the tolerance.
Oh.
Brown means it's a 1% tolerance resistor, which is good. So 750 times 100 equals
75,000.
75,000. And we have 2 of them hooked together there.
That means like 150,000.
So we have 150,000 ohm resistor on our board. Good, that's what we wanted. So I think what we're going to do is get the soldering iron ready, and we're going to solder the connectors on these boards because now I'm sure that we've got it right, that Luke fixed it for me. And maybe Luke can help me solder this, but I gotta warm the soldering iron up. We have our soldering iron right here.
What's a soldering iron?
It gets very hot and it melts. This is solder,
Oh yeah.
which is made out of lead. You can feel that. See how soft it is? And you melt it with the soldering iron and it welds the part in place.
Oh.
But it can be dangerous. You can burn yourself with this, so we've got to be careful.
Okay.
So, but we have to heat it up first, so I'm going to turn the camera off until we get the iron all hooked up. Okay, we'll see you back in a minute. Okay, it's John and Luke back, and we got our soldering iron plugged in and warming up. And what we're going to do is, well, that's hard to see in the camera.
Yeah.
This is what's called the WiMos board. It's got the Wi-Fi and the computer on it and 4 meg of memory. And then this is the prototype board, which really didn't have anything on it until we added those resistors on there. And this wire, which is going to attach to our thermistor that's going to go in the pool, which I don't have yet because it seems like FedEx lost it. Okay, so now if you see, this has little pins on the top of it. And this has holes in it that match it. So what I'm going to do is get the two of them lined up.
Yeah.
And I got to get them on there exactly right. Now what we're going to do is solder all these pins, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16 of them. And then what I'm going to solder about 8 of these, and I'm going to see if we can get you to solder a couple, okay? All right, here we go. Now first thing I got to do is clean the tip of my soldering iron, which you can't see, but I have a little sponge here where I clean it off. And I get my solder. And what I do is heat up a pin and touch the solder to it, like that. And like that. There's 3. All right. I have 8 done. So now we're going to stop, and then Luke's going to try this and see if he can do it without burning himself or the board. Okay, Luke is going to try that first pin. Push it on there and then just touch that. Oh, you'll see it melt. No. Go ahead and touch it on the first pin and hold it. Set the solder in there. All right, pull away. Nope. Let me run the solder, huh? You're doing good getting it on the pin. Got it? Okay, pull away. I think you got it. Let's see. That looks good. Do number 2. Okay. Let me see number 3. Okay, wait a minute. Let me look at those. Luke's going so fast, he's getting ahead of me. I'm going to look at these under the magnifying glass to see how he's doing.
Am I doing good?
Perfect. Perfect. Luke's doing a great job. Okay, can you see those? Good. Pull it off. Good. You see how it melts?
Yeah. I get it.
I think you're on 2. There you go, you got it. Don't burn my finger. Is there one more? Okay. Wow, you did all 8 of them.
Where do I put this?
John and Luke have moved to the computer room, and now we're taking a look at the parts that John bought. Give you an idea what they are. The computer board is called a WiMos D1 Mini, and a lot of other things there you'll see. I got these on Amazon. What's that say? $6.99 for 2 of them, and they come with all those connectors, so you can choose the type you like and solder them on there and have a nice installation. And the second board that we're working with is this one down here, which is, I got 5 of them for $6.99. And they're the prototype boards. They come with their own connectors, but there's no parts on them. And that's the ones we added resistors to and are going to hook our thermistor to. Okay? I'll be back in a minute. John and Luke are back here in the computer room, and we're about to start some programming. We figure we need to write a program for to put in the board. And what I'm going to hook up to is the Arduino IDE, which is the programming interface. And we'll see that in a second. Maybe make a little sense out of this if you've done some programming, but I believe this is written in something called C++. And where's the area we want to go to? Alright, I think I need another hand is what I need. Maybe Luke will you take the camera and take pictures of this while I type? Here we go. I think we ought to give this thing a name instead of Wi-Fi pool temperature. We ought to call it John and Luke's Wi-Fi pool temperature. Think you can read that all right?
Nope.
And somewhere up here too. I'm going to type it in there. John and Luke's Wi-Fi pool temperature. Alright, don't get too close or it'll go out of focus on you. I was really hoping to have the right sensor. I think you can back up a little bit.
No, this is fine. This is perfect.
Okay, and here's the rest of the program. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to publish this someplace where the people who watch this can get a copy of it, but I'll try. And I see down in here I changed from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And there's some other numbers I put in here to calibrate the sensor. And until I get the real sensor, we won't know what numbers I need to put in there. We're going to come over here. I'll just set the board back down on the table. And what I want to do now is, I already checked the code to make sure it was okay, and now what I want to do is save it. Okay, and it's done saving. And now I want to upload. There, that button right there is the upload button. And what it'll do is send it over to the card. And then we can test the card. There it is, it's compiling the code, that green bar on the right, and down on the bottom it says 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100%. And I'm going to reboot the Wemos, which I do by pushing the button on the side. See the blue flash? And here it is, it's starting to, let me turn auto scroll off. So if you look closely here, right here, it said it started the Wi-Fi server and it is transmitting now on 192.168.1.247. Can you remember that number?
Yes.
I can remember that number. Okay, so then we can go to the internet with our telephone, or I'll just use the computer right here. Open a new page. So I go to 192.168.1.247. Right there, I just typed it in. What's that say? John and Luke's Wi-Fi pool temperature. It's 133.21 degrees. That's too hot to get in the pool, isn't it?
Wait, is it actually?
No. That means that our sensor, remember we just put this resistor on here instead of the real sensor, and we got a bad answer because it's not really what's supposed to be there. But it's working, Luke. It's working. Success. As long as FedEx finds my parts and gets them here someday.
Yeah.
And then we can really test it. But maybe we'll just publish this now as a success story. Okay? What do you say, Luke? Success. Whoop.
Success.
Oh, almost lost my camera here. Give me a high
Success.
five. Are we allowed to do that at pandemic time?
Um,
Probably not. Probably got to wash our hands or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Luke. This is John and Luke signing off.